For Beard trying to go for a bit of a go versus Plush, but the man got hit with a shiv, slowed down with a hamstring. Sap to follow his Plush, just trying to see if he can get himself an in and out there very quickly. Got himself a bit of an opener, kidney shot to follow. Does he have himself a proper go onto Ford? Is it going to be secret technique and everything? Cheap shot right after. Just trying to see if he can clean right through the warrior bit by bit. Gouge to follow as Forbeard trying to see if he can get back over there. Forbeard does have everything available for him. Avatar, he got himself Stormbolt, he got himself Trinket, Warbreaker, everything. If you got it all against a rogue, it is deadly. Trinket immediately Plush goes in for the kidney shot before Forbeard can get himself a proper chance. Goes in for a bit of a hit and run. But unless you leave Forbeard bleeding at the end of the day, you might just need to really prioritize the rupture. Gonna be a Trinket on Forbeard, does go for a charge, Plush with a vanish, is gonna be Avatar together with a blaze, so try to see if he can just back up out of there. Plush may just want to go for a ruptures on this guy at all times. As long as he keeps bleeding, the man at least will not be able to heal that much. And as rogue, normally you just go in for eviscerates and secret techniques, because usually that's all you really need. But a bleed in the warrior, maybe the play. Stormbolt, perfect opportunity for Forbeard to maybe make a play. Blaze Storm to follow, no more evasion for Plush. May just go for advantage, does go for advantage. Forbeard, that is a bit of a shielding, not a full shield. Just ignore pain. 50% of the damage he takes, he just ignores into his shield. But as long as you keep the guy bleeding as you are have rupture, that's exactly what you need. That is exactly what you need. At least you're denying that second win. Kidney shot, or cheap shot rather. Forbeard does have himself parry. Maybe could make some work of this cheap shot. I think it's over, maybe. Oh! Plush does end up taking him out. Well done, well done. Holy Sire gonna be up next. This man has been playing against rogues all evening long. He's got to find himself a way to break past their defenses, man. This guy's been playing against too many rogues tonight. Always, I feel like he's the man that's gotten reset the most tonight as well. Gonna be a full summon to Plush. Big wake of mashes. Does he just shrink out of this one? No, it's super yard. Cheat death right after. I think he just has him. Maybe with that one on a rogue, he got himself a bit of a super cup gouge. Almost give himself a full reset. Unless he can somehow get back next to the rogue. Is there a dot? There is still a dot on him throwing in the hammer. I think it's just over for Plush. Unless, I was gonna say maybe randomly runs into a spinning hammer and that just gaps him. Maybe. I'm not even sure. Holy Side doesn't pick it up. The eye sees the rogue for a mile away. Unless he got himself like a big hammer they can throw. He might be alright. Wake up matches in the opener. Trinkets out of this. And Plush can't even go for a stealth for the blessing's sake. It is just gonna be done and done right then and there, boys. My goodness. Phil. Up next, trying to see if we can play a little bit of the Frosty versus Holy. And actually, I feel like Frost versus Ret, not a bad setup right now. At least in the current moment, current meta, not a bad setup. Because one, you can't really handle Freedom that easily, because you can always just spell steal it. And two, Frost with the damage they've gotten, plus with the amount of zone-wide potential they have, it's kind of nice. Hand of Freedom, yoinks it immediately. Holy Sire, rooted out in the open. Especially when you get the pet up and running too with that extra freeze in the pet. Massive. Phil, just trying to see if he can go for breath. I think he's going to try to see if he can maybe go for a big freeze at Holy. Kind of puts him in a bad spot. Frostbomb got himself a little bit all the time. It's going to be that Spell Warden. I think it's exactly what he's trying to do. Trying to bait his Spell Warden as early as possible. Got himself quite a bit of a shield. And Holy Sire no longer has himself the big immunity. If you can keep Holy Sire away from any kind of pillars, you may be able to make something happen. Stun, Holy Sire is walking into a snowstorm. He doesn't want to do it. He realizes exactly what's happening. Snowdrift does not feel great. Mad damage with those icy rays. Hold on a second. Lance's flurry. That might be enough. Hold on a second. Spike. Oh, that's Spike. Oh my god. As soon as the Paladin doesn't have the mobility slowed by Frosty spells, it's over, man. Big old Spike. It's kind of a lone cast. But if you can do that, you'll be golden. Try to see if you can get a freeze on both Cobra as well as Succubus. It is going to be Bonds of Fel. Could potentially be an Icebug situation for Phil. Is going to see if he can break the Bonds of Fel. Got himself there all the time in case he can maybe get Cobra to follow the platform. There is a Dark Glare down as well. So for Phil, honestly, you don't really want to get back up. Or if you do, you don't want to get aggressive. Might just be an Icebug situation. Maybe in a bad spot. There goes the block. Honestly, I feel like he tried to get a little aggressive. Did not notice a big old balloon demon just hovered above the dude's head. And for Cobra right now, he's got himself a decent spot. Immediate Succubus you see as soon as the ice block ends. And that's going to be at least some shooting power for Phil. Bonds of Fel around the corner. Not much you can really do about it. Trying to go for a poly instead. It's going to be Breath. Mortar Coil. Walks out with a Bonds of Fel. That's not feeling all that great. Have himself a second ice block in case he needs to. Is playing Shimmer. Not playing for like a normal blink, but it said Shimmer. does himself a big go. That is a big frost bomb. Could be a lot of damage right now. That is going to be a portal open together with Succubus. You see, Phil does he have himself the snowdrift as well. If you got himself a big snowdrift, freeze could be awesome here. But Phil, not a lot of health available. Does get a juke out Cobra. Could technically port back up to the top in case he wanted to. Succubus still chasing after him, trying to see if he can reposition maybe. Does he have any setup? Big demons back up. Needs to take that thing out as soon as possible. Does end up taking it out. Needs to spell steal the reflect as best as he can. Throwing down the frozen orb, but Phil not in a great spot. Definitely has to play it super defensive. Cobra just going in for a big drain off of the pet. Still holding on to a wall as well as an Infernal. Could drop it down on Phil any time now. Flurry down with Ray of Frost. Quite a bit of damage. Cobra back it up out of it before the damage really picks up. And actually even denied a cannibalize as the pet is chasing after the guy. And Phil trying to see if he can maybe take down the Succubus. Succubus may be huge here. Mordecai sent in. Maybe Succubus right after. Breath on the both of them. Ring of Frost gets them both. Glacier Spike right after. Big damage. Actually, not as much as I thought. Big heal for Cobra, using that Warlock House to go with Soul Fire. That's going to be Infernal dropping it down onto Phil. Not in a great spot, trying to see if he can avoid Cobra as best as possible. Cobra got himself full Dark Pack, Reflect back up very, very soon. But Phil actually is out of combat, maybe? Or is your pet still in there? I know images are in, so you're still in combat. Nothing you can really do. Really wishes he could sit down and get himself some food. But at least you do have line of sight of the Succubus and the Infernal. If anything, you could interrupt it if you wanted to. I don't know if you have one available or not. Looks like you did. Bonza fell. Phil, unless you got another block. Blinking it all the time. Not a lot of health available. It's just over. The portals, man. The portals. There's only so much you can really do in that situation. And Blister's up next. Blister got to find a way to cleave with his team, man. It's a lot of casters. Cobra, Sarawai, and Jayhawk. I think he has a chance here. 7 minutes into the duel, 35% dampener, bounce some big arcade missiles towards Cobra as Reflect is back up and running. As long as you can spell steal it, you might be golden. Does get hit with a Mortal Coil either way though. Cobra, not a lot of health available. Needs to get back up to the top where Obliv can still get hit by the Dark Lair. That's going to be Obliv actually resetting entirely. Dark Lair still attacking you. Is that because of why is it still beaming you? Do you have like another Tempest in the guy? Maybe? He might have had another Tempest on Cobra, and maybe that's why the Dark Lair kept beaming you, because every time the Tempest bounces, I imagine the Dark Lair still hits you. Cobra, not a lot of health available. Blister just walks by him, just using that shift power just to whittle him little by little, going in for a barrage right after. Jayhawk is up next. Blister actually did not burn any offensives versus the Warlock. In fact, he has everything safe for Jayhawk. If whoever gets a full breath and poly first, honestly, I think is going to get the advantage here. You just got to be the first one to do it. Breath by Jayhawk. Blister trying to see if he can bail out of it. He's got to go for an interrupt to Jayhawk, but it's going to be a knockback right after. Blister still maybe has himself a setup. Jayhawk could go for a trinket. Do you burn it though that early? I think if you could deny the other mage their full go, you're golden. Jayhawk just tried to see if he could back up out of there very, very quickly. Bliv did end up going for touching the magic apparently. I didn't even realize it. But apparently he did burn a touch of the magic. Got himself barrages. Nova. Maybe he got himself a decent setup. Stealing all the balls from Jayhawk. Try to go for a kick. Will not be able to. Can't really go for a breath. That is going to be a full poly. Jayhawk is going to be able to go for a proper opener. Breath on his go. Trinket right after. If you can get an interrupt for a guy, you have a perfect actual full juke for Bliv. Try to see if you can go for a big setup versus Jayhawk. Jayhawk try to be very, very careful with his interrupts. If you can interrupt him right time, you might be okay. Bliv taking a lot of damage. So is Jayhawk. Breath into Bliv. Polymer for after. He's not going to be able to heal with that one. But Arcades are just ready for Jayhawk. Bliv may just go for Icebug. There it is. There it is. Once you see the full cooldown side of the other mage, you have to play defensive. You have to take it as easy as humanly possible. 9 minutes into the duel, 47% dampening. Neither of these mages are really going to be able to heal a lot. If anything, Prismatic is going to help you a bit, but that ult time is going to be crucial. Being able to time that right. Oh, the kick, the juke by Jayhawk in a great spot. Trinket out of Obliv. And trying to see if he can just blast out Jayhawk. That is going to be all the time with the ready. Trying to see if he can spell steal it. I think that's what he's trying to do. Is trying to steal the spell the all the time as soon as it's available. So for Obliv, he actually held on to his cooldowns. He has everything. Ice block not ready for Jayhawk. As long as Obliv can get himself a proper go versus Jay all the time. Is not available for a while actually. No block for a bit either. He got himself Touch of the Magi, full burst, Ring of Fire, technically everything he needs. Poly? No, he doesn't really go for a poly just yet. He went for a bread, but I think it might have been DR or something. Still big damage on the Jayhawk either way. Touch of the Magi without even burst. This is where Obliv is just trying to see if he can have a go without even the biggest burst possible. Trying to go for a kick. Jayhawk is able to go for a juke as well as a free guaranteed poly, but not really playing off of the damage off of that polymorph. Instead going for shifting power. He's got himself all the time, so you might be okay. Blink it away, just try to see if he can keep himself alive as best as possible. We could go for the invis. Is one little defensive he's got. Reflect. Oh, he's gonna be able to spell steal that all the time. Just try to take it away from him as best as possible. Lost it already. Jayhawk goes in for a bit of an invis. Bliv is in a decent spot, I think. Breath, I think it gets Jayhawk out in the open, right? Drink it, interrupt, no, actual full interrupt, full burst on a blister, nothing Jayhawk can do, one blast, miss us, oh my goodness, and that's gonna be Sarawai. But this is Bliv with a full burst right now. He's got everything. Does get interrupted on Arcane. It's gonna be full stun, no ice bucket already. Might be in a bad spot, may need to go for an interrupt. Sarawai, try and make sure he doesn't get interrupted here best possible. Does get interrupted on the blue spells, but he's like, okay. A-okay for now. All the time up for Bliv. Just trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a better position. Could use all time to reposition later. Maybe get some health out of it. Not a lot, but at least he get himself a decent spot. Sarawai, immediate defensive. Immediately try to see if he can get himself alive and kick, and double wall available in case he needs to. With both those walls, is going to make it impossible to interrupt him. May want to use them aggressively as well as defensively. Like, you want to make sure to use a wall while getting hit, but also go counter offensive if possible. That'll start killing himself. Breath of Fire doesn't quite connect. Ring of Fire is going to make the Invoker take quite a bit of damage. That's going to be Spore Cloak, but it's 61% dampening. It's barely giving you much protection. Bliv got himself images, but not a lot of health. Next is to cast. Oh, it's going to leave him down. That is so rough. And Sarawai still is alive. He's got himself one more wall. He got himself Deep Breath coming back up too. He's got himself Interrupt, Deep Breath, full burst of the ready, and Apocalypse is walking in as an Affliction Warlock. Are you playing with a pet? Is there a Succubus somewhere out here? Or a Fell Hunter? No! So he doesn't have to worry about pets. He got himself like a little Fellhound chasing after him. That's a little companion, but not an actual Fellhound or anything. This could be good for Sarawai. More to call. Haunt, Trinket out Apocalypse really early. Sarawai could have himself a proper go. This is where you go for Deep Breath. Does go for Deep Breath. I think that's where you go for the most amount of damage. Fire Breath does get himself a decent one. That's going to be full wall as well as Dark back right now for Apocalypse. Sarawai dotted up. I don't know if you can really do in this situation. Maybe you can remove a curse together with the what's it called? The Cauterize? But I think the man's just dead. Oh my god, the dots. Haunt all the dots and just Dark glared it. Nothing he could do. That is rough. A Blifster almost bringing it back for the Evoker, but does end up chopping through two casters back to back. Well done, boys. Well done, well done. And that's going to be the end of the night, boys.